Hi, this is Universal Vibes 411. So, there was a lot of stuff that I was going to talk about before I drove down here. And I decided, I was like, well, just let that stuff go, right? Now that I'm shuffling cards. So, one thing that you guys should know. So, when you put your mind on something besides, like, it's almost like a distraction of the mind, okay? When you start distracting the physical body, your mind is actually more in your oversoul, if that makes sense. A lot of people are completely aware of this. So, for an example, a lot of people do this. This is actually very common. So when people study for a test, when people read, and it doesn't have to do if you're labeled ADD, hypertension deficit disorder, or whatever, okay? Those are just labels that you accepted, but you're people who actually do have that, okay, are highly advanced individuals. So when you can put background to your mind and do something physically, that's like the opposite of what I'm talking about. That means that you're like genius when it comes to creative thought. What I'm talking about is, for an example, and a lot of people do this, when you're driving, right? You're driving a vehicle, you're doing something physical. You're not really necessarily doing the mental in the background and trying to study for a test, right? You're driving, but you're like on autopilot physically. That's an out-of-body experience when you get your best ideas. And you could also be listening to the radio at the same time, so you're actually doing, 3 things at once. It's like you're in 3 paradigms. So, dimensions, really. So if you can do that, you're probably like Arcturian, or you resonate with that, or no, you're probably not that. Anyway, so that's basically what I was getting when I was coming here to talk about. And then I was like, no, don't talk about that. There was something else too that I didn't want to talk about. But it's very important that I do, because everything I just said, if you're having an issue with focusing on a task at hand, especially with everything going on in the environment that's like distracting you, let's say it's like news, or let's say it's having to respond, let's say it's all those things, right? When you get triggered by something, I'm not talking about freedom of speech and saying something and leaving it there, okay? I'm talking about when you get triggered by something and you feel like you have to be right, you're in a 3D construct, okay? You really are. If you already know what's going on, if you already know that you believe that you know what's going on, then you don't really have to like fight your case, okay? We're not attorneys here. We're people who vote. And even there, it doesn't matter. like you're not like this, like, And so no matter what's going on outside of you with the masses, right? It really doesn't matter, okay? So if you can put yourself back into a higher vibration, the way to do it is what I said previously. So in order to be like at a home state, with your mind, body, and soul is to let go of the intertwining of bullcrap. Okay? It's all bullcrap. It's to get you off your path, to get you triggered, to get you to react to something. There's no problem, there's no issue really telling your truth and saying something. Like me all the time, like on Facebook, like I'll say something and I'll like not even go back to my Facebook for like a week, and then I'll see like all this like crazy stuff on my Facebook of people who disagree, and it's like, really, then why are you on my Facebook? why do you even care, you know? But it's fun, it's conversation. Like if you're not like on social media and stuff to like open up conversation, and you believe that you have to flag somebody on any type of network because you find it offensive, then maybe you shouldn't be on their friends list. Okay, food for thought there. If somebody is so offensive to you, then why even entertain a reaction and try to make them look stupid? Because you're not that brain, you're not that soul. Okay, I don't do this to other people. I don't go find people that think a certain way and go tell them how they're wrong in life, because it's not my place. You know why? Because I believe in what I believe in, right? And it doesn't matter like what you believe in. You could be a communist, okay? You could be, you know, the worst person in the world, and I'm just not going to be friends with you, right? If I think that like you're not in my vibe, then I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to be like, all right, well, it's going to take that person a few lifetimes. Like that's what I've thought about people, okay? That's what I've actually thought about people. Like, okay, it's going to take you a long time, you know, to understand that like there's something wrong with the way you're thinking. And we've all done it. I was them at one point. So it's not like anybody's above anybody. Nobody is. It doesn't matter what degree you have. And in fact, if you have like a degree, you probably need to spend a day at the homeless shelter feeding the poor and asking them their life stories for you to sit there and say what you're saying. Okay? And same thing with other people who, you know, I'm not trying to get political here. I'm just saying, until you like step into somebody else's shoes, until you've been there and done that. And I'm a Life Path 5, so I've been through a lot of experiences. And when I see people go through stuff, I feel it on a high level. So it's like, why even this whole censorship is basically becoming something that can be destructive if you don't do what I just said, which is put your mind out of body by distracting the mind, focusing on what you want in life. Don't play into this matrix crap where you have to prove a point. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care who you voted for. I really don't, because they're all a bunch of crooks anyway. So you buying into this 3D mindset and listening to, and it is fake news, listening to like this false narrative, I'll correct myself, false narrative of what's really going on. If you weren't there, if you didn't see what was going on, then you shouldn't be able to comment on the reality of the news, okay? And news is really people's perspective now. There's absolutely like no integrity to what people say. It's all opinion. Back in the day, it used to be like fact news versus, you know, what would be on talk radio, which was opinion. And now there's really no difference. It's all somebody's agenda. That's what you need to understand. And so when you say something now, and it's not just on social media, It's not just when you comment on, somebody else's post. Even if you have a fake account, which most of these people, most of the trolls have fake accounts to try to get you to say something so that they can ban you. Okay? This is the reality that's going on right now. But even there, it's not even that. It's whatever you say through a text message, whatever you say on your cell phone. Okay? It's after what happened, 911, okay? After what happened, there was this act that was, I think it was called like the Patriot Act or whatever. They called it a funny fucking name. And, but really it's just the right to, just look into anybody. No matter who you are. No matter how, it could be like the lightest opinion, right? So what I'm seeing with this, the reason why I'm bringing this up, I'm probably not going to post this, and if I do, I won't keep it up for long, just because this isn't, like, what people don't realize right now is this is not your fight, what's going on, okay? The media right now, they want to bring you into this and make you feel like this is your fight, okay? Like we need to condemn somebody for our failure as a government and as a media structured government with an agenda. That's what's really going on right now. So anybody that's sitting here fighting somebody because they voted for this person or that person, or because they believe that the whatever was flawed, I'm not even being monetized, but I'm just going to watch my words here. Anybody who's thinking that way, that is really ignorant, okay? Because you're just feeding in to what they want you to feed into. They want people to be in an uproar about this. Okay, stating your opinion, I've realized, like, you can't do anymore publicly. Okay, you just can't. Not for the next, 4 years. You really couldn't do it for the past 4 years either. I mean, it's just getting to that point where you need to realize that this is not important. So unless you're running for office, Linda, okay, I would let it go if you don't want to be labeled a certain type of way, because, and I really just like saying that because I'm an Aries and I believe in standing up and just saying whatever you think, and if it's somebody else gets triggered by it, whoa, that's not my problem, that's their problem, right? That's not the way this stuff works anymore. Okay, you say one thing, like even if you use the word fight, okay, you can get flagged and you can be put on probation in Facebook jail. Okay, seen it happen to my friends. And just stupid stuff, like just really stupid stuff. So I'm probably not even gonna post this. What was that? This is kind of funny. This will come to a completion. There will be this justice. The world is going to communicate that they don't like this. What I mean by the world is not like people. It is the earth structure, right? Use your third chakra. Use your pineal gland. Open that, and you'll have justice. You won't have to speak stuff. Like all the time, people think that that I'm like an idiot, and I actually, where is the box for this? I don't like it when I lose boxes to my deck. People actually think like I'm an idiot about stuff, and I'm actually not. I just let go of stuff because I've learned the hard way that if I don't let go of something, it'll eat me up, right? And then I'll become the villain and somebody else will become the victor, over getting me in my ego, like my fight mode, which, you know, there's a right way to fight and then there's, you know, the wrong way. But I've learned over the years not to allow people to like trigger me into a negative aspect of where I get emotionally like distraught, because basically like you're feeding into the palm of their dominion, and there's no point in doing that because you're never going to win anyway. Like, there's no winning there. Like, people think like, oh, we'll just go do this and go do, no, unless you're on that side of the falsehood, you're always going to be the villain. Okay, look at Snowden. Look what happened to him. Okay, look what he warned us about. Okay, I mean, even Robin Hood, like all the way, look at history here. Okay, look at the Roman Empire and what they did to people and the way they operated. Okay, with fake news. Okay, this shit's been going on forever. Okay, we are not the first to experience this. History is repeating itself to do a correction process, and the best thing to do is just know it's not real. I think I just saw an orb. Anyway, it's not real. None of this bull is real until you start helping it to manifest by partaking in the low vibe tribe of fighting something that's just not real. It's not real until we make it real. Okay? Best thing to do is focus on yourself. Do what I said in the beginning of the reading. I'm super absent-minded, and that's a good thing, because I don't like to hold on to grudges. I don't like to hold on to stuff. Best thing you can do is just like forget. You know? Forgetting is forgiving. Because you don't remember. I sweat my mind all the time on people who tick me off. Because if I don't do that, it's going to eat me up, right? And I'm pretty powerful. And I could project something on somebody and hurt them. And I don't want to do that, because that's happened to me. Alright, that's all I have. Thank you guys for your likes, your shares, subscribes, and just take some advice over this next month. Keep your mouth shut. Okay? And just sit back and eat popcorn. Okay? That's what I do. Thank you.